Hello guys, it's me, Lego Master 627, and welcome back to Souls Up 2. So it is Thursday, October 19th, 2023, and yes, you can really see the time. It's like, 15 minutes to midnight, dang it. So here's the truth. The original intention was that was not intentionally meant to happen. No. This was meant to be hours prior. However, I started about 5 hours back. Actually, at the end of the 6 p.m. hour. But the point is, I have been working on this for over 4.5 hours. And to be quite honest, I feel we got something good in this party. Something really cool in this party. One of the main reasons I started a bit late was because I had a very long school day. So that can explain why. I didn't get out till like 2 p.m. But don't worry. A lot of it was actually really fun, so that can explain why. Yeah, most of it was really fun. Like halfway through, we were doing some pretty fun stuff. So yeah, that can explain why I started a bit late on this project, but whatever! That day was fun overall, though. Honestly, one of the best days of the month I've had yet. I never thought I'd say that. Anyway, let's begin. Well, first things first, you may notice a massive difference compared to the year prior. First off, the graveyard is back in its normal spot. However, I want to inform you that first off, not every single skyscraper room is implemented, and I mean just the rooms themselves. The challenges normally come later, but normally the rooms themselves are normally here from the start. However, that is not the case because of how late I started. There was also supposed to be a graveyard back here. But don't worry, we will be coming back so many times throughout this party that I will be able to implement those at a later time when I have a lot more free time. And good news, it's the weekend. I can just come back in a day and update the rest of this that I haven't shown already. But I want to introduce you guys to probably the craziest way we have probably ever been able to do the Mob Invade machine. 3, 2, 1... That's right. As of right now, I can confirm that there are now 3 dispensers rather than 2. Now, you may notice the mobs are coming out at a very fast pace. And I got this right over here to work earlier. I don't know what's going on with that. Redstone? Okay, that's really weird. I got this to work earlier. I don't know what the problem is now. But you may notice we are coming out at a very fast pace compared to the last few Halloween parties. So you can see we got a massive overhaul of mobs. I am glad I showcased this room prior to sending out all the mobs. Oh boy, yeah, we are in for something. And potential lag, which means I might need to turn these guys off if it gets too laggy. Because there are so many of them coming out at once that it's probably going to cause a lot of lag if I had to take a guess. So if it does end up coming to that point, I will have to go into Roscoe's room and turn it off. The Halloween Party 2023 is October 19th, ending November 2nd. You know, I should actually change that to orange. Why didn't I do that earlier, quite honestly? That looks way better, but you know, maybe we should have an orange sign. I'll just implement that later. Oh, and as for the next party sign, I didn't have enough time to implement that. I do apologize. By next episode, you should see it. But as you can see, it is not like an actual theme this time. It's just back to a traditional Halloween party. The recycling plan is back for the first time since... I can't even remember. Oh! Earth Day! Earth Day, that's right. So that was half a year ago. Go in here real quick. Oh! That guy got it. Actually, these guys are freely able to come in here, but I'll leave them closed for the time being so I can showcase this. The redstone torches were actually added last minute, so just a clip. Now, I know this room may not seem complete because there's only meant to be something here and here, but I think it works for the time. It is a more creepy version of the recycling plant. It's super cool. Now, of course, I'm going to let this guy go in here. But, oh my god, that's a lot of people. Now, if you're actually wondering if this was showing not deciding to work, those are the guys. And then, I can't even. Oh, and I'll get to this madness later, as there is a reason that I'm there. Jumping into this room, as you can see, well, this is the lab office. And yes, the basement is down here. However, it is still being reworked after last year's Christmas party implemented the old classic TL2 room, which means I still have yet to rework the entire basement. Going down here, this is turned off like last year's Halloween party, too. And this is also the only one of these to still appear in this party. However, this will be reactivated on October 31st for Halloween. But the lighting in this room, which, fun fact, just to clarify, is on the lowest lighting. The reason is because I wanted to make this as creepy as possible. Which makes me question, why didn't we do that in previous years? Oh yeah, that's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna fall through that every time. But, as for the skyscraper, yeah. You may notice, there is no way we can get through this. It's blocked. But that's where something epic comes in later. I didn't have enough time to get to the backyard, but I will get to it soon. And potentially on October 22nd, I will come back and show you these since I do have all the episodes planned. And what a coincidence that we land down here, because it is updated. This is all custom, by the way. I couldn't remember the 2015 rooms, so we're just doing all custom. Yep, it looks like this. Just as a reminder, this is on the lowest lighting, so that's just to clarify. Anyway, this is how it looks. It looks super cool. Oh, no, yeah, I guess we passed the room. I know, not that many decorations in here, quite honestly. Yeah, it's kind of a shock that... By the way, this is one of the classic ZL2 rooms have like some of the least decorations in this whole park. As we can clearly see, there's not much to see here outside of the carpet. I don't know if we'll ever fill that. Yeah, you can tell this has the least amount of decoration out of anything else that you've seen already in this park. Same goes with the snow. Most of the snow, as you may notice, has melted. But that was as expected. Alright, so now we're gonna head downstairs. And see, there's already mobs down here. Well, that could be because, of course, of the lighting. If it wasn't already freaking obvious. Not to mention, the pipes will have deep slate redstone on them. The reason is because I wanted to make them as creepy as possible. And while the lighting is even darker than the previous year, at least it's not all covered by the deep dark, proving I wasn't kidding about the entire fact it's going back to a more classic theme, just with some minor tweaks to make it, you know, not like a full-on rehash. There is nothing here, but the basement is open, however. And the only difference is the lighting. Yep. That's literally the only difference, is just the lighting. We can literally get out of here. But it is nice to see it open again. Oh, and by the way, the reason I had the night vision is because I needed to see in certain lines, even though I could have just turned the brightness back on. But, I think night vision works better in my game. Actually, there is something over here, so give me a second. Let's go in here. Actually, the only thing that's in here is just the lighting. But it actually looks really cool if you think about it, if you look at it. It does actually look really cool. And yeah, here's the power source. The lights were mainly turned off for this party as like all the other Halloween parties. However, you may begin to notice something. There are not that many decorations in each room. This is mainly because of the whole toning down thing in terms of decoration, which can explain why a majority of these rooms do not have as many decorations. Okay, half of them are down there for some reason. Actually, that's just only 2 of them. Although, okay, it's just, okay, yeah. Yeah, the map here is updated. Now, I kept this lit up because, of course, it's dark in this room. But as you may notice, you can see that yeah, it's decorated all around the lab, which is awesome. Now, we are going to head into the HQ next, which you may notice here is updated for this party. Yeah, you know what, quite honestly, why didn't I add cobwebs in this room? Outside of course, the entrance. Yeah, that's something I kind of regret. Not adding cobwebs. But, hey, don't worry, they're there now. I promise. Alright, let's move on to the HQ itself, which we already were going down here. And well, yeah, there's not too much if you really look at it. You know, actually, we should probably remove this considering, well, it's not going to be updated for a good few months. And you know, it is just going to remain empty like that. So yeah, I should have removed that ages ago. But yeah, it looks nice down here, though, don't you think? Yep, just a tiny bit of lighting, as you can see. And Evil Clunk is still in there for some reason. Oh yeah, and the bars were updated to these because I wanted them to look as creepy as possible. But do be known, he is still in there. But not for much longer, though. Alright, next up is the potion lab, which actually, outside of the lighting, okay, that actually looks really cool. You see this? This is actually my first time seeing that. Okay, Mr. Sheep is down here. Wait, is that actually him? Give me a second, I need to make sure that that's not like a different... I know that's the name, but let me just make sure that that's actually the correct color. For legitimately confirming that. Okay, why can't I get him down here? Okay, cool. Cool. Just need to make sure because I thought the color looked different. But no, he's actually down here. Yeah, that's insane. I don't know where Flower Ship is. Let's continue. We have the underground party room. Alright, the underground party room, as you can see, is updated. The orange and black beacons can also explain that. So, as we can see, this looks really cool. And I'm gonna be quite honest, it just looks amazing. Yep, there are tons of cobwebs, and these, ironically, were added last minute, the pumpkins on there. And I was not kidding about having the clothes shop turned into a costume shop. You know what's actually funny? In the original planned pretty much prior all the way up until this point, like prior to October 18th, it was planned to have it in the front of the lab, like outside the front of the lab, where there's basically nothing there now. You know, just like the front entrance of the lab. That's where it was going to be located. And then I realized the clothes shop makes way more sense. But yeah, for the first time since 2017, Costume Sheep is back. Let's freaking go! No, that's actually serious. Costume Sheep has not made an appearance since 2017. At least if I am remembering correctly. Let's hope. Although I do remember seeing them around in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, or 2022. So, yeah, this is definitely their first appearance in 6 years, and it's nice to see them again after all this time. Originally, they were going to be a day one costume, but I did not have time to implement that. Or more importantly, Costume Sheep. Hey! No. As much as I'd like to have them roam around, which I probably will towards the end of the party, they're going to have to be in there for now. This room, where DJ Sheep is not updated. But will probably be updated later on, as I did not have time to implement that. Woo! The same thing, by the way, goes for the classic Underground Party room, which may have decorations later on as well. I know what you're thinking, this seems like a very unfinished party, and technically it probably is if you look at it. But guys, I tried implementing as much as possible in the span of like 4 hours. And heck, we're not even done. No, despite that, we still got a few rooms left. One of them being Snowland. Oh yeah, and I think I can hear why the mobs are still up there. That is because we are literally right below where the mobs are. Which, give me a minute. I turned off the sound because that's going to be quite annoying. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier when we were down here. But regardless, as you can see, Snowland is updated for this party, as you would expect. And it looks very cool, I'm not going to lie. Probably not as cool as last year, I'm going to be honest. Probably not as cool. But it looks awesome, though. I think it truly shows that I do still have a lot of creativity when it comes to these parties. And if you still agree that that's the case, then that's awesome. Because I truly still think I still have a lot of creativity. Despite the lack of some rooms, I think this works out in my favor, though. And again, if there are rooms that I want to implement later, I have plenty of time to, as this is a long party. The ore room is updated as well, which, as you may notice, is a cave dedicated to the deep slate redstone ore. I should also mention that this is also the first room in this party to implement the following. Okay, we would have all seen that coming eventually. Oh yeah, and I did turn the game sound back on and say I needed that for this room. But yeah, you probably would have saw that coming. Now, the gold mine is not updated. It does look very cool, though. And yeah, ironically, that is literally it for this whole entire thing. Oh, and are you kidding me? Are we really already out already? That's insane. All the dojos, except for the Snow Dojo, are not updated. But as you may notice, there are updates to the Snow Dojo, proving that I did actually remember to update it. What I didn't remember to update was the balcony, which also has no Halloween decorations. You know, not every single Halloween party has had the, oh, and yes, hi Goldie. Not every single Halloween party has had the balcony updated. The same could also go with Christmas as well in certain years. But, to be known, it will be implemented later on. a lot of these rooms may be implemented later on. Oh, get out of here, by the way. Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, 2 arrows. Actually, you know what? Perfect timing, even though we're in creative. Alright, I'll just remove them for the sake of it. Anyway, funny enough, actually, the only thing we really have left to do is the Haunted Mine. Oh, and this too. Which means we can access the first skyscraper challenge. And keep in mind, I have to do all of this before midnight. Alright, let's go down to the Haunted Mine, which, oh, never mind, I guess I never added the entrance. Like, the main entrance, I only added the secondary one. Oh well. Actually, I just remembered, this is just straight up closed off, so, okay, I will have to come back at a later time and re-implement most of that. So, never mind. I guess the last thing we get to do is... Yep, probably the coolest thing. Yeah, you probably thought that this was just a throwback to just the classic Halloween parties with a few minor twists. No, did I mention that there actually was a new feature? Transform into a ghost. That's right. This actually is real. The fact that this is here, and the fact that we can do the following: transform into a ghost. That's right. This is real. It's all real. That's right. This is real. We can actually do the skyscraper challenge now. And the idea and why we couldn't get through this earlier was mainly because we needed to transform. I also went ahead and turned off the sound again, since that's going to get kind of annoying. So we'll see what happens. The point behind this room is that you need to make it through the entirety of the maze. And the only way you can physically do this is in the ghost form. For example, because of this, we can fuse through walls. And all of that being said, well, the following is, it is a huge maze, where as you can see, the room is combined with multiple walls. And the only way this would be physically possible is via this form, hence why we were not able to do this at the beginning of the video. And I wanted to save this feature for last, mainly because it was probably the coolest feature of this party. And the fact that we didn't implement something like this years ago is absolutely insane. So, without further ado, I'll give you an overview of this since it is very cool. This is basically the overview of the whole room. And you'll notice that we have to actually go through the walls to make our way to the exit, which the main exit is right around here, where the rooftop would present itself. Going through that wall would present the elevator, and of course our way up to the roof, where later on the second skyscraper room and also the challenge will be implemented. All the other rooms should be implemented by the time the next episode comes out. However, only the second challenge will be out by the next episode. Speaking of which, that wraps up this episode of Zul'Aazab 2. My god, what a night. To go back into our regular form, we'll have to re-enter this room again. And with that said, we are officially back. Actually, let's kill that guy while we're in here. Much better. Oh, nice, an emerald. Alright, actually, let's do this guy too. We gonna get an emerald again? Nah, just XP. Nice, that works. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Zul'Aazab 2. This was a very interesting episode. Dang, we're out already! It's only been a few hours! Okay, I have it right. We can turn off the machine now until I refill it. And I also still need to get this to work, so... hopefully... Oh, so I'll have to move it. Oh, so I have to do 2 of them. Never mind. Never mind, guys. I have to actually have 2 of them. But for the time being, I will turn off the machine for now, as I don't want that going all night. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next episode on Sunday, October 22nd, where more rooms are implemented. And before you ask, the UFO is not updated despite the beacon being updated. Anyway, I will see you all next time.